And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. The sons of men in those days took from the cattle of the earth, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of the air, and taught the mixture of animals of one species with the other, in order therewith to provoke the Lord. And God saw the whole earth, and it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its ways upon the earth, all men and all animals. 200 donkeys, 200 asses, 200 rams of the flock, 200 goats, 200 beasts of the field, from every animal, from every bird, for miscegenation. We have all seen fossils of dinosaurs. Modern science teaches that these creatures that are found were part of evolution, and that they no longer exist because they evolved. Well, we know that evolution is a deception, and is easily proven to be an error. However, what are the fossils and creatures that are found that are claimed to be part of this evolution? The answer is simple. It is a clever way to hide what was going on in the days of Noah. If we ponder and think to ourselves, why are these creatures not around today? The answer is simple. God wiped them out because they were corrupt flesh of mixed species one with another. We see these creatures mentioned throughout the Bible, and the orders were always the same: total eradication. How clever of modern science to use these creatures as a way to prove that evolution explains these species' supposed transitions, when in fact, when we look at a lot of these fossils and creatures that are found, we see some interesting features. Most of these mixed species seem to only have one goal: to kill, eat, and destroy. Most of these creatures that are found are very terrifying looking, and I can only imagine what it would be like to see one of these things living. This also fits the narrative given to us in Genesis that violence had consumed the world. Just imagine these creatures roaming around, killing, eating, and destroying everything in their paths. God created everything in the beginning perfectly. All the animals were created the way God intended them to be. When the fallen angels began mixing one species with another, the problem that comes from blending these different species, just as science is doing today, if one of these creatures is able to breed with another species or human being, this is where we start seeing a major problem, because this is when the barrier has been essentially broken, and now it is like an infectious virus able to spread its corrupted DNA and genetics into other creatures, other species.
G'day guys, how are you? Hope you're all doing well. And that was from I think it's D13 Watchman. Awesome channel. I'll leave the link to his channel. And I stumbled on him with they said that here scientists have just made a sheep-human hybrid. What the? I know, right? Here's what you need to know. I need to know nothing because I don't want to know about this. This is wrong, wrong, wrong. I know they did it with a pig. They mixed a pig with human embryo or something, and to make body parts for people, spare parts. It's all sick. Now this here says last year, at the same time, scientists announced that they created the first successful human-animal hybrid. They boast that the human cells could be introduced into a non-human organism, in this case it was a pig, right, and grow inside a host animal. See, they make it that it's good for humans, like, to spare parts, all that kind of stuff. They make everything bad seem good, And people go, oh, that's good. Oh, I think that's a good idea. Hybrid creature, that's more than 99% sheep, but also a little bit human. Hello. Which is what is so controversial about this experiment. The findings were presented last week at the annual meeting of the American Association of Advancement of Science. Stem cell biologist Hiro What's-Her-Face from Stanford University explained that about 1 in 10,000 cells, maybe less, are human. Well, duh. The contribution of human cells is so very small. It's nothing like this a pig or a human face or anything. It's pretty cool, right? No, not. This thing should be destroyed. It is. We will have monsters walking the earth. This thing mates with another thing that they've just, what about, different species? They're mixing the genes. Like, look at CRISPR. Mixing the genes, mixing the splicing. Oh, my lordy lord. This is the days of Noah, guys. Guess what also they've got? OMG, listen, check this out. Hang on a minute, I'll show you. This here, I'm not sure. Well, this is in one of the magazines here. Katy Perry admits to eating human flesh. In Hollywood, we eat the best meat. Pop star claims elites eat human meat during special dinner parties. Whoa, wow. Says here, pop star Katy Perry has been making a shocking confession. They reckon she did this on radio, right? That she eats human flesh during a radio interview in which she claims that everyone in Hollywood does it. Well, we know that the fallen angels are all inbred into the Hollywood. Everyone sells their soul. They have to be, and they all get replaced. They all get walk-ins. They all have their soul taken. They replace them with their clones. There's all sorts of things in Hollywood, guys. It's just disgusting. In a horrifying admission, the Bon Appetit, now her song Bon Appetit, have you ever seen that? Claims that the forbidden nature of the product gives it an exquisite flavor. What the? God forbid. What? See, days of Noah, guys, worse than days of Noah. I mean, they were all in Sodom and Gomorrah. They were having sex with animals and stuff like that. But they do that now. They've actually approved to marry animals. I know, right? And then Sodom and Gomorrah, they got burnt out because they were all with animals and stuff like that. And he got Lot and his wife out because they were the purest ones. And if they could find some more, God wouldn't, and his angel wouldn't have destroyed the place, but they couldn't find them. And so it had to be destroyed because they had what God had made is corruption. And what the devil's trying to do is turn everything around and corrupt everything that God made. Yes. And this is what they're doing with this the hybrid, not the pig, it's the sheep, isn't it? So, can you imagine when it grows up, it's got human in it? Now, you can imagine that, like, say it gets to the sexual stage where they say, oh, it's okay to have sex with this one because it's part human. You know what I mean? There's something weird about everything. It's in the days of Noah, guys. They're saying it's for the good, but it's not for the good. Katy Perry, her song Bon Appetit. Have you ever seen that one? I'll show you. Okay, here it is. I can't play it. I'll get a copyright strike. But Katy Perry, Bon Appetit, baby. That's supposed to be her flesh. You can see here she's put on a board with supposed to be like naked, with vegetables. Okay, she gets poured into a big soup thing. Okay, and ready to be cooked by all these people. And she goes, Bon Appetit, baby. And she's being cooked there in the oven or the soup bowl or whatever. There's a bit of there. I don't know what that part is, but that's when she's with her other people, I'd say. But they chop off her hair. But you can see here the powers that shouldn't be are showing you what happens. You know, and here she's wrapped up in like a cellophane, ready to be eaten. That's not the nice way, it's or the sexual way. It is the disgusting cannibalism way. So she's getting ready to put it in the oven, and they're supposed to be kneading or pounding, you know, like with the flesh, whatever. And she gets thrown into a big soup bowl. So that to me is, you know, it's psyop. It's just disgusting. They're preparing the humans for what's to come. You know, it's just progressing. You know, with all, especially now, they've actually bred a hybrid sheep. Remember Dolly the sheep? They cloned her. Yeah. Well, that sheep went nuts. After about 6 months, it went psycho, and it ate itself, and it ate other sheep. So this is what happens. That's why families can't, you know, incest. You cannot do that, because you mix the genes, mix the pure, what God made, and corrupted it. Corrupted the genes, corrupted everything, and that's what happens. And you get monsters, like in the beginning of this video, and that was from that gentleman. So there you go, guys. Anyway, I thought I'd show you that. They've just made the sheep. These elites, they're not elites to me. They're, you know, part of the fallen angel bloodline, and they are satanic. It is a big satanic mix. And these Hollywood people have to sell their soul to get famous. You can't get famous without selling your soul, I'm sorry. And she sold her soul a long time ago. And we have to pray for Katy Perry, because all these people think they're lost souls. And there is a way out, which is Jesus Christ. And that if they asked to be saved, they would, but they think they're lost. I don't know if you saw her. She collapsed on stage saying, Master. You can see it on one of the tapes. Just look it up, guys. Alright, so there you go, guys. I thought I'd show you that. I know, right? Pretty weird stuff happening. Alright, so take care. God bless. Stay safe. Love yous all. And a big shout out to all my subs. I love you all. Mwah. Big kisses. Bye, guys.